Hey guys, if you see in this face, that means it's Divi tutorial time. And today we are putting in the final installment of our theme builder series. And we're going to be showing you how to build out this beautiful search results page that will allow you to give a little bit more information, but also customize the way this looks, because the stock one, let's be honest, is pretty bland and it might just not fit your brand. So we're going to be walking through every step on doing that. And if you are not yet subscribed to the Divi Engine channel, what are you waiting for, guys? Get out there, subscribe, like, comment, because that motivates us to bring more content like this right to you. Anyway, so without further ado, let's jump right into it and get started on this search results page. All right, so last time I was with you guys, we built out this stunning 404 page. It doesn't look too bad, and we hopefully learned some skills as far as making this 404 page a little bit more interesting. Now, if you haven't joined us for all the other installments, definitely go check it out, because I think you guys can really benefit from learning how these layouts work and how you put them together. They don't have to look great, but you can put your skills to task when knowing how to adjust these different things within the theme builder. But today, of course, the topic is the search results page. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of a setup here. So I'm gonna go to the dashboard and I'm gonna go to my homepage here. Now, this homepage is one that I just imported actually from the Divi library, which is available to you guys also. And to be able to get search results, of course, we're gonna need a search bar. So why don't we go ahead and add one in here, maybe. And then inside, we'll put a search bar. There we go. And then we'll say search my blog post, ... And then as far as the elements go, we can say both a button, without a button. I'm going to keep the button in there. And then also we can exclude pages. That's maybe something you want to do if you want to limit this to only blog pages. And I think if you have WooCommerce in there, you can also exclude products. So I'm going to exclude pages. We will keep posts. We want the post to be searched. And then you can even go ahead and exclude categories. And I don't want uncategorized categories of posts to show up. So that's going to be that. Now we can go ahead and style the different elements, of course. You can say the placeholder text color. We're going to make it orange. We can make our field background color something else. I think I'm going to keep it at the white, and then field text color. We're going to keep all that as is. And one thing I want to do though is I'm going to increase our text size a little bit. Nice fat. And then we also will go in here to the border, and you can see that it's got a 3 pixel border radius. I'm just going to bump that up to about 10. And this is whatever you want it to look like. This is not the school for design. There we go. And now we kind of gave that a radius, or the color for the border there. So opening up the button settings here, we're just going to make it that yellow color. And that's going to be the button and the button border. So we've got that in there now. And maybe we'll make the text white and we'll give it like a nice bolded look. There we go. And then same as we did with the other text, we're going to bump that up a bit. That'll increase the size of our button, of course. And there we go. I'm going to keep it at that. And then the line height, all that fun stuff will stay the same. And I can see that it's got like a little funky thing there in regards to the button's radius on the right-hand side. But I think that'll straighten itself out on the front end of the site. Okay, so let's maybe just change that button text though. Field text color. We'll make the field text color black when people are typing. There we go. Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and save that. And then let's save the page. And you can see that that button's fixed now. That border is correct. And then we'll exit Visual Builder. Okay, so basically, you're a little bit limited with the default search in WordPress. It will actually just keep it confined to the text in the post, so the title and the content and the excerpt, that type of stuff. So if I typed in beach, it's not really going to do anything for me. So let's go with a word that I know is in my lorem ipsum, is enum. And here you go. Here you've got a search results page. It's nothing too flashy, and we're going to be upgrading that right now. So we've got step 1 completed. So let's go back to the back end of our site. We can go to Divi and then Theme Builder, and then we'll add a new template and we'll say Build Template. Now in here, you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom and you're going to select the Search Results page. Now it's saying that mine is already assigned because I have one that I previously imported to look at. So we'll just say create, and this will overwrite that other one, of course. So let's go ahead and build a custom body. Okay, so let's start by adding one row at the top here. And we'll just add a text module because we want to let people know, well, yeah, this is a search results page. So I'm going to put a H1 tag here, and, you know, maybe we'll do something like this and say search. Okay, great. Now you can go ahead and, adjust the text. We work with the H1 tag. So I'm going to make that ultra bold. I want it nice and big. And then I'm going to center it. And let's go with our orange color. And on second thought, I really don't like that, the lines that I did over there. So I'm just going to take that out. We'll figure something else out in a minute. Okay, so we've got search results. Perfect. Now, next up, I think it would be useful if we had another search bar in there. So if you want to save time, you can, of course, just go and copy the other one, but let's just put another one in here and set it up from the start, because you want them to be able to maybe search again once they have had the opportunity to do a search. Maybe they searched the wrong term, maybe nothing came up. Who knows? Search again. There we go. And then we'll go to the elements. We're going to show the button exceptions. We'll exclude pages again, and we'll exclude the uncategorized category. On design, we're going to go ahead and we will say our field placeholder text is going to be the orange again. Our field background color will be white. And then our field text color will be black. And then we go down and increase the size to about 22. And not lastly, but almost lastly, we're going to put the button background to that yellow. We're going to increase that text size, and we're going to make it orange, weren't we? No, was it white? I think it was white. And we're going to make that 22 also. And that is looking pretty okay. And then the last thing I think I want to do, well, for one, the border. Where's my border? We can go ahead and increase this to 10 again, just as we had on the other one. And we'll make it that orange color. Okay, so that's not looking too bad. We can even maybe do a box shadow to make it stand out a little bit. That's not too bad. And I think that's a good start. So now we've got that element on the page. We maybe want to make this section a little bit different and stand out a little bit more. So why don't we go ahead and use the section divider. So we'll use the bottom divider, as we're going to be working with the bottom here. And then the divider style, we can go ahead, and I like this kind of cloudy effect, but you can see that you need to flip it because it's not in the right orientation. So we're going to have to do that. And now you can kind of see that appear a little bit more clearly. And then it looks like we need to add a little bit of padding also. So there's a little bit more room for this cloud texture to be in there. So let's go ahead and go to the spacing. So in spacing, we're going to say we want 200 pixels on the bottom, and that gives it a good amount of room, and that looks good. Now, what this color is going to be for our divider is also going to depend on the color that we choose for the bottom. Why don't we make it just yellow, just to make it nice and clear. Oh, divider color, I need to be on bottom. There we go. So now it gives it that yellow color. And if I come down here and add a new section, going to be a regular section. It's going to be full width. And then we'll go ahead and let's just add another title here, or text module. At least I'm going to make that a H1 tag. Well, first things first, we're going to be using dynamic data, and we are going to put the post title here. So now it will have some dynamic data that pulls in. And when we go to our text here, we can go ahead and center it on the page. We can increase the size, of course. And this one, we're going to want to be like 32-ish, I think is good. I'm not going to mess with the color too much. I'm actually going to make it white since we're going to make this background yellow. And then I'm bumping up the font size to about 38. And then we will select the section. We're going to set the background color to that yellow. And yeah, so we see that our divider here is getting cut off a little bit, but that's an easy fix. We just go into the settings for that section design. We'll go to our divider, and all we got to do is reduce the size here, or actually increase the amount of space that it has there. And there you can see it looks great. Now you'll notice some other settings here where you can go ahead and change whether it's going to be underneath the section content or on top of it. That's up to you. Depends on what type of layout that you're creating, but I'm happy with that for right now. So cool. That's looking pretty decent. Now, the last piece to this puzzle, of course, is going to be to add the actual blog content. So I'm just going to add another row here. I'm going to type in blog, and that's going to pull up our blog posts, of course. Now, we're going to want to change things up a little bit. We want to say posts for current page because that's how it's going to use that search term to display only the results that contain that search term. So we switch that on, and then you can go ahead and you can say, well, I only want 9 per page. And then you can go ahead and you can tell it to show the excerpt, or it can show content. That's going to be up to you. You can set how long it needs to be. You can offset the post number. But what we're really interested in is the elements here. Actually, let's do one thing first. Let's pop over to design because I'm not really a big fan to see my posts in this format. When I am looking at search results, you want to see as much information as quickly as possible. So I'm going to go to layout here. I'm going to tell it, well, put it in a grid for me. And that's looking much more appealing to me already. And maybe we just want to reduce the amount of information. So let's go to elements here. We'll keep the author on there. We'll put the date. We'll put the category. But I don't want the excerpt on there. And that tightens things up quite a bit for us right here. And I think that looks much better. And that's going to be it. So we can also go to design. And now you can see that there's no overlay right now. You can put a featured image overlay on there, and that'll happen. I'm not a big fan. I'm going to switch that one off. On the image, you can give the image rounded corners, all that fun stuff. There's a lot of stuff you can do there. But what we're going to be focused on here is we're going to adjust the border of these posts to 10. That's kind of like the theme that we're going with. And that is looking more pleasing. And then lastly, the thing I'm going to want to do is put a box shadow. If you've been around for a while, you know that I love box shadows. So I'm putting that one on there, and I am pretty happy with that. Now you can go on and style this a lot more. And of course, you know, base Divi is kind of limited in the amount of things and the layouts that you have here and how you can control it. If you want more flexibility, Divi Machine, of course, will let you add any sort of ACF data, change your loop layouts however you want them. Much more flexible, but you know, out of the box, Divi's not too bad. And if you're happy with it being just this, all better for you. Cool. So I'm happy with that. So let's save this layout, and then because this is a new template, I have to double save it here in the theme builder, and now we get to go test drive our search. So if you recall earlier, we added this search bar, and I think if I type in enum, it will bring up all the posts that contain the word enum. Now, if I go type in something else, let's say Steve, which I know has nothing, it will just show no results. And that is that. That is how you control the layout of your search result pages. It's not that hard to do. You're kind of limited by stock Divi, but it is something you want to think about when you're building out the new Divi site, guys. And there you have it, guys. This is how easy it is to customize that search results page so it fits with your brand. Now, I showed you how to control what is searched and what is excluded from the search and how to add a search bar to your search results page. Lots of good information there, but it is limited in the flexibility. I said that numerous times throughout the tutorial. Divi Machine is what you want. You want full flexibility over these pages. So definitely check out Divi Machine. I'll put a link in the description of this video. But guys, other than that, I hope that you subscribe. If you are subscribed, thank you for being here. Guys, this has been Roby with the Divi Engine team. I appreciate you for being here. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.